Hi, I'm Casey with Keeping It YYC. Today I'm joined by Nola Peacock of Confident Happy Kids. Hi, Nola. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. How about you?
I'm really good today. Thank you for asking. We'll jump right into the questions we have for you. We'll start with just tell us a little bit about your business.
Okay, well, I help parents who are worried about their kids, either struggling with low self-esteem or anxiety or depression, or that they're just having a lot of power struggles and stuff at home. Trying, especially right now, like trying to get schoolwork done and those kind of things, or chores. That's another big thing that I help with. And I also work with kids, so doing one-on-one sessions with them and offering workshops. And of course, before all of this, they were, in person, but
Yeah.
having to shift. But, teaching kids, giving them the tools that they need to succeed, right? To handle life's ups and downs and their big emotions, and learning how to handle those things. So
Yeah, absolutely. They're super important. I didn't realize, obviously I didn't realize as a kid, but as I've gotten older, I look back at situations where well, if only I had known how to handle maybe those emotions a little better,
right.
it could have been much more productive. But hindsight, again, 2020, right?
Yeah.
So the second question is, and you've already alluded a little bit to this, but what are you doing to adapt in this current environment for your
now? Starting to do things online. So even sessions with kids, I've been able to do that. And I'm starting some mindfulness classes next month. But this month I've been doing sort of mini sessions for kids every morning at 9 o'clock. And we just do 15 minutes and we do some deep breathing and a little visualization, and just kind of helping them to, to stay calm, and also to help them to focus so that they're ready to, hopefully do their schoolwork or whatever they need to do. So that's been fun. And then working with, parents, again, online or over the phone. And I'm busy creating an online parenting program just to give, parents the tips and strategies so that they can, make life easier. I think, the time with our kids goes by so fast. I've got 2 grown children, and, it just flies by. And so I think it's really important that, families are able to have fun together and create special memories and not constantly be battling. So, that's my big goal, or my reason for doing this, is I just want to see families having fun together.
Absolutely. I have I have 6 sisters, so
Wow.
so I understand the importance of having those happy memories that maybe would overshine maybe some of the more negative ones, right? So
yeah, absolutely.
So the third question is, what can people do right now to support their local businesses?
I think just doing a little bit of research and being open to things, because I see so many businesses, changing, there's local pizza place close to us, and they will deliver for free. Or I've heard that Earl's, is delivering groceries, or Men in Kilts will deliver, right? And so I think just, being open and checking things out. I'm out in Cochrane, and someone here that lives in actually my neighborhood has a store on 17th Avenue in Calgary. And I'm like, oh, well, I want to try and, support them. And so looking at what I can order. And I think too, buying gift cards and stuff. So if it's a place that, restaurant or coffee, how often do we, say, hey, let's go for coffee with a girlfriend, or, or whatever. And so, do that, set up something on Zoom or FaceTime and do that. But then, go and buy a gift card from someplace so that, to help keep them going. I think it's, be creative, right? There's lots of ways that we can support.
Absolutely.
People,
buy them now, and you're going to use, these are the places that, so long as they make it through this, you're going to go back. So you'll have, you're going to spend that $25 or that $50 eventually.
Yeah. So. And I think even because my daughter is a dance teacher, and, with the dance studios, that's, it's totally changed, and now they're doing things online, and I think, that's great. And and I'm hoping that most parents are okay with that and not wanting to get refunds because it's not quite the same. Because I think, in the long run, we want these places to be there when this is over, and we can, go and see them again. So,
important, I would think, especially because the children have built these relationships with these other people, they're people they trust. So,
Exactly. Right. So that's, yeah, it is really important.
And so my fourth question for you is, do you have any tips or tricks you can share with the audience in relation to your area of expertise?
Okay. Well, with families, I think, I've heard from a lot of parents, and they're struggling right now. I mean, having their kids with them 24/7, having to, help them with their schoolwork and, be their main source of entertainment and stuff. It's tough. And especially if they're also trying to work. So I think my biggest tip would be just, let go of the shoulds. Like, don't, make it, expect it to be a certain way. Like, be okay with, being flexible and doing it in a way that works for your families. Like, I've heard several, moms that have said they're starting the schoolwork like late morning or into early afternoon, and that kind of works best for them. And, so I think finding those ways and not being too hung up on, they've got to do this. And even the whole thing, like, I know there's a lot of pressure, that the kids have to learn certain things at a, certain time. And, what if they miss this? And I'm here to tell you that it really will be okay. Like, kids are always learning, and, and they can catch up, and there's always a way. So just kind of try and relax and really, use this time maybe to, to get to know your kids a little better at a deeper level, and, do some fun things. Like, my daughter, I mean, she's 20, but she still lives with me, and we set up a tent in our living room, and, we have a picnic in there. And then we had a tea party, teddy bears tea party, and pulled out the, fine bone china cups that, my grandma used to have, and use those and put some teddy bears out. And then one night we just got all dressed up, put, nice dresses on, and did our hair and makeup. And then we had a nice dinner that we'd ordered in from a local place that was doing a special, taco night. And, so those kind of things, find those fun things and creative things. And then I guess the other thing would be, think about ways that you can help other people, right? Because I think too that when we focus on others and we're giving, that also fills us up. So, I've seen, kids here, and they draw with chalk on the sidewalk, right? With lovely messages like "have a good day" and "don't worry" and, "be happy." And I know when I go for walks, it makes me smile. And then I've seen some kids, and they've painted rocks and left them in different places. And, so there's lots of little, cute things that they can do, and, can bring a smile to a lot of things. And when you include your kids and say, like, what do you think we could do? I mean, they get right into it. And again, that's teaching them so much about relationships and compassion and, and caring, right? And so, yeah, I think that's, and they can be creative. And the other thing is too, when you ask your kids for ideas, then, the message to them, the underlying message is that, geez, mom and dad really care about what I think. I have value. So it's a, great way to boost their confidence and their self-esteem, because they're seen as, wow, I'm important. Like, look at, I'm being asked to, how can we help people? And so, yeah, I think there's this, as hard as this time is, I think there's also some really wonderful opportunities to, to grow closer as a family, and to find ways to, to work together, and, and really create some amazing memories.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. Yeah. Not measuring yourself by somebody else's
right. Yeah.
standard or something like that.
Well, and that's the other, really important thing is you don't have to do it the way anybody else does. And I think, it's the other thing I often talk about is creating a conscious care plan for yourself. And it's finding those things that fill you up. And so, like for me, I love to color. I find that really relaxing. So I've put coloring books and crayons, by my comfy chair, and so it's easy to do, but it's finding those things for yourself. And, coloring might not be your thing, and that's perfectly okay. But what is it that, that fills you up? And that's for, for parents, but also for their kids. Like, what is it that really makes them happy? Because when we fill ourselves up too, then we can, we can give more to other people, right? Rather than being on empty.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I love that. I love that answer.
Mm-hmm.
So that's actually all the questions I have for you. We do kind of like to have you end the interview. We just have you look into your camera, say your name, the name of your business, and then just ask everybody to keep it local, keep it YYC.
Okay, well, I'm Nola Peacock from Confident Happy Kids, and keep it local, keep it YYC.